Well, good afternoon, everyone. We are going to go ahead and get started. And if others join us, that will be fantastic. I think you just got a notification that we are recording. Welcome to Chamber 101. I'm Alexis Earhart. I'm extremely proud to serve as the president and CEO of your chamber, the Danville, Pennsylvania County Chamber of Commerce. And I'm joined, of course, by my colleagues, Maddie Eads and Christy Harper. We just wanted to welcome you this afternoon and thank you for being here. Why are we here? One of the things that we think is really important is that you are getting return on your investment in the chamber. And we've found that a lot of our members aren't even aware, may not know what benefits are available to them and how the work we do really impacts and hopefully makes your work a bit easier. And so we're going to go through some slides this morning that talk about our work and how we're serving. If you have questions along the way, feel free to put those in the chat. We'll address those and we'll certainly have time for questions at the end of the program as well. So again, thank you for being here. And with that, I'll turn it over to Maddie.
Hi, everyone. Welcome. I'm Maddie. I'm the Director of Member Engagement. So we'll go ahead and get started. The vision of the chamber. So the Danville, Pennsylvania County Chamber of Commerce will enhance and energize the region with an innovative, profitable business community. The Danville, Pennsylvania County Chamber of Commerce accelerates business growth by connecting its members to dynamic resources and networks. Whoops, sorry. And now I'll hand it right over to Christy.
I'm Christy, the membership manager. We'll talk about the values of our chamber. These values were strategically selected by our board and staff to be used as a guide of how we uphold our actions as a chamber and the expectations from our members. Excellence, where we focus on the process. Integrity expresses trustworthiness, self-awareness and accountability. Transparency in terms of chamber operations, being straightforward about our initiatives and creating opportunities for collaboration. Collaboration, a willingness to support each other and recognize one's strength, as we are all here for one goal and none of our initiatives can be successful without our partners and members. Last but not least, diversity, equity, and inclusion. We strive for excellence and recognize that our differences make our businesses and our region stronger. Develop fair systems and procedures, respect and seek out inclusions, differences, realizing we can learn from each other.
Okay, so this is our board of directors. We have 16 members on the board representing a cross section of industries and small businesses. Our bylaws require that we have 6 from the county and 6 from the city to ensure geographic representation. So there is everybody.
Okay, as many people know, the Chamber of Commerce has served our community for over 80 years, and we are here to continue to serve you. This is our team, and we encourage you to reach out to any of us with your questions.
So I'm sure a number of you, I know we have some innovation partners on the call, and hopefully you all are familiar with that program. It's a sponsorship model that really allows members to invest in the mission of the chamber. Because our strategic initiatives that align with our mission are really what's going to move the needle with the work here in the region. And so our partners have access to ongoing exposure to spaces, people, networks, expertise. They're recognized at all of our events, including today. We're going to recognize them here momentarily. And they also participate in something called our Innovation Council. And that's a group that meets twice a year, made up of our partners. And we typically bring a speaker in to really focus sort of high level, state level on some things that are happening that really impact the business community in some critical ways. And so in the past, we've had Barry Duvall, who's the CEO of the Virginia Chamber. We've had Senator Tim Kaine. We have Tom Barkin, who's the president and CEO of the Richmond Fed. He's going to join us in October this year. And so that's, I think, a really interesting time for those leaders in the community to come together, get a different perspective, and be able to ask questions about how it impacts not only Southern Virginia, but rural Virginia. So here are our innovation partners, and they are, again, like Maddie said with our board, our innovation partners is also kind of a cross-sector group of members who make strategic investments in the chamber, and we're very grateful that they do that. We also have a set of media partners, and we are incredibly grateful to them because as everybody on this call knows, there is so much positive momentum here, so many good things happening. And we tend often to not necessarily hear about that. And so these partners work with us to make sure that the positive stories from our community, even now moving through recovery and the resilience of this community, that we're telling those stories in some really effective ways. So we are, again, grateful to those media partners. We want to talk a little bit in depth now about what it is that we do. And we, in our most recent strategic plan, which we adopted in 2019, it's a 3-year plan, focus on 3 broad areas: business, government, and leadership.
Okay, and I'm going to talk about the business piece. The Chamber's mission has always focused on the growth of our business community. While 80% of our members have fewer than 25 employees, we support all of our members, large and small, across all sectors. Our most recent effort focused on our small business entrepreneurship, which is the Rev Up Danville, Pittsylvania County. In partnership with the River District Association's Dream Lunch Boot Camp and Pitch Competition, we awarded $50,000 to 4 businesses, 2 in Pittsylvania County and 2 in Danville outside of the River District. Through our programming, we built the capacity of small businesses by providing information about PPP funding, CARES Act updates from Virginia Department of Health and SOVA, along with funding opportunities in the city of Danville and Pittsylvania County. This information was provided free to the local business community because we knew that businesses needed this information in an affordable and accessible way.
Sorry, it typically helps if you unmute yourself. A year and a half into this, Alexis should know that. So when we think about government, we're really thinking about effective advocacy on your behalf. And so what is the pro-business legislation that we can help support and make sure that is going to come down and assist our businesses here? So we do that in a number of ways. One, of course, is during the General Assembly session. Of course, they're in special session now. And so we're watching that to see how the $4 billion in funds that Virginia has been allocated from the federal government is going to be spent throughout the Commonwealth, and make sure that is supporting business endeavors in our region. We also talk with our federal government. We have several appropriations requests in right now for projects in the region. We provide ongoing legislative updates to our members, particularly during a legislative session. And finally, and I think probably most importantly at the local and state levels, providing access to our candidates through candidate forum, different town halls, and also to our appointed and elected officials, whether it's having them speak at different events, again, the candidate forum, being able to engage, and just making sure that we're providing access for you all to be able to express what those needs are to our elected officials.
And finally, our third focus area is leadership and talent development. So the Chamber's leadership efforts will stay focused on connecting businesses with opportunities that build the capacity of their human capital. We work with regional partners to promote collaboration between employers and K-12 and post-secondary institutions to align talent development opportunities with real-time employer needs. And then we also offer programs to develop individual and interpersonal leadership skills for our members' current workforce, bringing only high quality substantive training to our region, and we will touch on those a little bit later. So webinar recordings. A lot of the webinars that we do are free to our members. So as a benefit of membership, we do post these recordings on our member information center. We have the member login circled up top, which is the member. If you click on that, it will take you to your member information center. And every representative at every company has a login for that. So if you don't have access to your login, you can email Christy or me, and we will get that to you. So everybody has their own. There's not just one per company. We've had some confusion about that too. If you log into the Member Information Center, you can access all of these free recordings. For example, we had one recently called Cannabis Legalization, What Businesses Need to Know. We had a lot of members join us for that, but we also had a lot of members want to watch the recording. It was a lot of good information. So that one's posted on there, along with a lot of COVID-19 resources and many different webinars that we've done over the past year and a half. Also wanted to mention for paid events, even if you cannot attend live, you can register to receive the recording later. and we send those out via email. So the Member Information Center, just a little bit more on that. It's an online password protected community for our members. The MIC allows you to connect with other members, register for programs at member-only rates, of course. You can pay your invoice on there. You can also post job positions, which is really relevant right now. I know a lot of people are hiring. So you can post job positions on there and they go directly onto our website. There's a tab on our website for open jobs. And then you can check out events and news. You can post your own news there. And then speaking of jobs, if you want to email me your open positions as well, I can include them in an email blast. I think we're sending out another email blast this month if we have enough open jobs within our membership. If not, we will put them in chamber briefs. So did you know when your business is a chamber member, every single employee of your business is also a chamber member? This is really important because you might see the information that we send out, but not everybody at your organization or your business is going to see the information. So it's important that everybody is signed up either as a representative so they can have their own login on our Member Information Center, or they can just sign up for our newsletters on our website, which is easy to do. You just scroll down, sign up. You can choose to sign up for all of our chamber briefs, member news, everything. They can hear about all of our events, and that way everybody is taking advantage of the investment that each business is putting into the chamber. So
I know a number of you have seen this. If you're familiar with our annual report, 5 reasons to join the chamber, and you've joined and you're here, and we're grateful for that. These are also reasons to be engaged with the chamber and how you can really take advantage of your membership to maximize your investment. So we're going to go in depth on each of these, including credibility, relationship and network building, visibility, education and training, and of course, government advocacy.
So credibility, enhance your business's reputation among customers and the business community. This information comes from a study conducted by the Shapiro Group Incorporated and Market Street Services. So 80% of people are more likely to purchase goods or services from that company in the future if they are affiliated with the chamber. 49% are more likely to think favorably of a small business. 68% of people are more likely to eat at a franchised restaurant, and 36% of people are more likely to think favorably of insurance companies.
Relationships are an asset to successful business. It's more than networking. It creates an opportunity to gain associates, customers, and clients, advocates, and even friends. Sometimes the social aspects of a relationship can be as beneficial as the financial return. We never know how we can support each other and if we are not showing up and sharing our stories. And speaking of showing up, your chamber has set the stage. Here are some of the programs in which you could build relationships, gain new businesses, and promote your brand as a sponsor. These programs provide a platform for you to market your business and reach out to one another by providing ideas and opportunities, as well as seek them. Remember, this is more than challenging in a virtual environment, so I encourage you to jot down the name of a fellow member in which you would like to have further conversation with. Our member directory is on our website and is the most visited page there. If you need any additional assistance contacting them, please reach out to our team and we will be happy to connect you.
Okay, visibility, increase awareness of your business. So we have our marketing wheel here on the screen. We'll start out with Chamber Member News. It's a monthly e-newsletter that we send out that all chamber members can take advantage of. You can submit your news on our website, and you can submit an article at no cost. So that will go out tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that if you want to see what it looks like. And then definitely you can submit every single month. So whatever you want to share with the membership will go out in that. Our chamber briefs goes out the 3rd week of every month. It's another monthly e-update on chamber news, events, and programs. If you want to put something in chamber briefs, it's a more concise newsletter, so you can purchase an ad and briefs. And new members are also highlighted in our briefs right at the top every single month. Referrals are huge for the chamber. We direct business to our members on a daily basis. We are nonstop getting phone calls, emails, and questions about businesses in our area, and we refer all of these people to our member businesses. The online business directory on our website has all of our businesses as well. And like Christy mentioned, it is the most visited page on our website. So that's huge too. Facebook, so you can add us as a co-host on any Facebook event. That will go right on our page, and our whole following will see your event as well. We'll be listed as a co-host, so that adds credibility to your event too, and it'll reach a broader audience. Our new members are highlighted every Monday at a New Member Monday spotlight on Facebook and on LinkedIn too now. And then the radio, like Alexis mentioned earlier, our media partners work with us to recognize all of our new members. So over the past 3 weeks, we've had all of our new members being recognized on the radio. And then we also have just chamber minutes and advertising. These media partners also offer a discount to our chamber members for advertising too. So if you have questions about that, you can reach out to us. And then sponsorships. Members receive additional marketing benefits when sponsoring an event or a corporate table, or investing in the chamber's mission as an innovation partner, which Alexis talked about earlier. So you can become an innovation partner and just sponsor the entire year, or you can be an individual sponsor of a certain event if there's a certain audience that you want to reach. So I'm going to try to play this.
It's Portugal the Man on your home for the big hits, 102.5 at 1330 WBTM. Josh hanging out with you here on the morning commute. And the Danville, Pennsylvania County Chamber of Commerce has some more new members they are very pleased to announce. First up, they've got Frith Construction Company over in Martinsville. They've been a premier general contractor in industrial and commercial construction in our region for over 75 years. We've also got Tuscarora Country Club out 41. Well, they've been able to enjoy the family atmosphere, men, women, juniors, seniors, you name it. Such a great atmosphere. All the amenities you could think of: golf, practice facilities, swimming pool, tennis courts, workout facility, fishing ponds, you name it. Tuscarora's got it all. Not gonna lie to you, I grew up out there, so love the folks out at Tuscarora Country Club. And then we've got Barlow's Tire. That's right, Barlow's Tire on North Main Street here in Danville. So to all these new members of the Danville, Pennsylvania County Chamber of Commerce, welcome.
So that is just an example of an ad on WBTM and WAKG for some of our new members several months ago. So those go out every single month when we have new members. Always be on the lookout. I think they play them in the morning commute and the evening commute. I also wanted to mention that we have member window clings. So we send those out to all of our members. You can proudly display that at your business. And then we also have a website badge. It looks just like this: proud member of the Chamber of Commerce. You can put that on your website, and we can send that to you if you don't have it. I will include it in the email after this with the recording.
Great, thanks, Maddie. So as we think about education, and this is something that's critical for us, when we do our member survey each year, we get lots of response about on the types of training and development that people are interested in having for themselves and for their employees as well. And so that's what we're really interested in providing, is training and development, educational opportunities that you need at an affordable price, convenient location. So of course, COVID threw a bit of a wrench in our in-person events last year, but we transitioned on a dime and are very proud that we did 60 virtual events last year. Again, not for the sake of doing 60 virtual events, but based on member feedback and everything that was changing so rapidly and what we could provide. So pre-COVID, of course, we had a customer service training that was a 3-part training that was in response to some members who had asked specifically for that. We have an emerging leader cohort that we do in partnership with the TomTom Summit and Festival in Charlottesville that we're working on our 2nd cohort of. And then of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about Leadership Southside. We're thrilled after putting that on pause last year for the first time in over 25 years. We are back this year. We hope to be in person and safe. Looking forward to it. We just announced our class of 22 professionals throughout Danville and Pennsylvania County, made that announcement yesterday. So we're looking forward to the first convening August 31st with them. And a couple of the picture on the bottom right that you see there is when we go to Chamber Day at the Capitol in Richmond in January, and we're hoping we'll be able to do that again this year. Just a fantastic opportunity for our participants. In terms of government advocacy, and I know I shared a little bit earlier, it's really about your interests and making sure that we're communicating them to our elected and appointed officials. We're extremely fortunate to be part of a group called Virginia West, and that is led by the Roanoke Regional Chamber, and it's a consortium of 13 chambers throughout Southern and Southwest Virginia that come together, and we together develop a legislative agenda. And so we know there's power in numbers. And so when you think about the number of businesses represented by 13 chambers, I mean, our 550 alone, at a minimum times 13, there's real power in numbers. And so legislators know that Virginia West is representing thousands of businesses throughout Southern and Southwest Virginia, and it's a really powerful tool that we develop each year. Some other things we're involved in when it comes to government advocacy are the Virginia Chamber. We are very fortunate that they provide some incredible resources that we then share with our members as well. We were a founding member of Virginians for Employee Free Choice, which was working to keep our current right to work legislation in place, and we will continue to fight for that on your behalf. We also participated in their blueprint for getting Virginians back to work throughout the pandemic. We participate in the Virginia Chamber's Election Center. This past session, I was invited to testify on a bill related to state procurement of SWAM certified businesses, and also served on a paid family leave committee as Virginia considers what it will do and or require of businesses throughout the Commonwealth. So again, always doing that with you in mind and what's going to best serve all of our businesses. And then finally, we develop, I mentioned the Virginia West legislative agenda each year, but we also create our own, because there are some things that are unique to Danville, Pittsylvania County, or legislation that may impact us differently that we want to address specifically. We make it short and sweet. It's a 2-page document, very clear what our goals and outcomes are for the session, and we communicate that to our 2 senators and 2 representatives so that they can understand what the business community is expecting of them during the legislative session as well.
Okay, upcoming events and programs. I know you've heard a lot and you're just trying to figure out what they mean, how I fit in, and which one fits me best. While you observe some of our programs and events that are coming up and maybe record some of the dates, I'll go try to touch on some of them in detail, and you can find which interests you. Microbusiness Roundtable, which is on August 12th. It's a discussion with employers with fewer than 6 employees, sharing resources, ideas, and practices. Our upcoming Business at Breakfast is another great networking opportunity where you can meet and connect with others on all levels of leadership, from startups to CEOs. Join us for our next one, which is a conversation about the short and long-term impacts of the pandemic on businesses, specifically remote work, from both the employer and the employee perspectives. We also have Lunch with Leaders coming up. That's a young professionals event. It provides access to professional development, networking, and volunteer opportunities. Our next one is going to be with Connie Nyholm, with the CEO and owner of VIR, the Virginia International Raceway. Our annual awards event, the winners of the Pinnacle Small Business, Young Professionals, PACE, and Educator of the Year award are recognized. Nominations are presently open, and we will send the links to nominate or apply with the recordings later today. It is okay to nominate yourselves. I just want to let everyone know that. State of the Region is where you can hear from your city manager and county administrators on key issues impacting our localities. Most of these events will be held virtually. For more information, please visit our website at dpchamber.org.
Okay, so thank you all so much for attending Chamber 101 today. First, just get connected with us. We're on Facebook. We have a YouTube channel where we post all of our free content. You can access those videos on the Member Information Center, like I said, or you can go straight to our YouTube. We also have a LinkedIn page, so connect with us on there too. And then we just encourage you to reach out to us. I know we gave you a lot of information today, so if you have questions or if you just want to chat with one of us, give us a call. We are in the office, and if not, our voicemails go to our email and we will call you back when we're not in the office. So yeah, we would love to hear from you. And we just thank you all for being members. And if there's anything we can do to better support you, or if you have any questions, you are welcome to unmute yourself right now and ask us a question, or you can put it in the chat box.
Yes, please do. We're happy to answer any questions you may have.
Hey, this is Karen Harris.
Hey, Karen.
You talked about training and education, and there was a survey with chamber members. Is there a possible listing of upcoming training that may be offered? Just curious as to what some of the other chamber members said with some of their needs.
Yeah, you know, I don't have that in front of me, Karen. I can certainly follow up with you or with the group specifically. I know two of the things that have come up is customer service again. The one we did previously was kind of frontline supervisor training. A lot of that came from our industry partners saying, you know, we have people who have great initiative. They have the skills, but they want to move up and they just need a little bit of training in leadership and management. So that was what we did before. Now we're hearing it more from kind of on the hospitality side of the customer service. And so we're in development on that and hope to do that this fall. The remote work program was something we've been talking about, but definitely came from members because people, we don't know what to expect. We don't know what the right thing to do is, but we know that there have been people who've been doing this since before COVID. And so our goal with that program was, you know, sure, we wish we had a crystal ball of what's going to be, but one of the speakers at that program is going to be Wendy Wellner. She's the Vice President for Shared Services of Dominion Energy in Richmond. They're moving their 15,000 Richmond employees to a hybrid model. And I mean, look, they've done all the work. They've written the policy, right? They've figured out what it's going to take in terms of people working at home and stipends. Again, that's a big business model, but a lot of that policy we think can be transitioned. We also invited the CEO of a small startup that's part of the Launch Places portfolio to talk about how she's doing it, because she has employees in Raleigh, 3 employees in Danville. How are you managing this? And then the final speaker at that event is an economist from the Richmond Fed, who's really going to talk about what the data is showing us right now, where we're headed, not only in terms of remote work, but what's happening with migration patterns. You know, could a place like Danville benefit from remote work because maybe you don't have to be in Danville and we can attract top-notch employees from all over the country. So those are, I think, are just a couple of examples. The other one I would say is the program we offered on the cannabis legalization and decriminalization, because there was panic, frankly, not even about, are my employees going to come to work, you know, having used drugs. There was that, but it was also, we don't know what's allowed. I mean, the bill was huge. How do you work through that? And so we're extremely fortunate to have a partner in Burns Gould that had already kind of broken that down and said, here's what we know right now. And we're watching that certainly for all of you as well to continue to share information as we learn it. We know that a number of other states have done this, so it's here. How do we introduce it responsibly? How do we not have to reinvent the wheel? And how do we think about it? Because it's going to look really different at an Intertape if I'm driving a forklift than if I'm in Melissa's office at Everett University, than if I'm at God's Storehouse, right? It's going to look very different. And so that's what we're hoping to continue to do kind of throughout. And that's just one example, but I could certainly share more on what we gathered from the survey and follow up. Are there other questions? I know we went through a lot of information very quickly.
I just want to thank you on how to navigate through kind of seeing the different webinars that you end up missing, just being newer into the area and not being able to attend some of them. I do a lot of, I'm going to purchase them and then watch them when they get emailed to me instead of going online.
Yeah.
So I know as we get more new employees and as we're recruiting various leaderships, because we are a larger organization, making sure some of our staff members know how to navigate that is something that we'll be promoting as well. So that was really helpful for me today for you all to do some of that, just to kind of do a little bit of a dive into that.
That's great.
So
thank you so much. Thank you. And we hope to continue doing that as much as we can for our in-person events as well, to record those and be able to offer them after the fact. And the other thing I would say, Melissa, a little bit different topic, but since you mentioned being a larger organization, I would encourage all of you, go into the profile for your business and look who your representatives are, because we all have turnover, things change, the primary contact may change, the billing contact may change. And so I would just encourage you to keep that updated. If you can't do it, we're here to help. Look at that. We're happy to make those updates for you, but it helps everyone. And to add reps, we certainly can do that too. We'd love to have all, 250 Danville Averett employees on that email list, however many it is. You know, we want everybody to be getting this information. So whether you're a solopreneur or an Averett or a Sova Health, we want to make sure everybody's listed.
We appreciate that.
Mhm. Well, hearing none, we want to thank you for being here today. For being here, we're going to give you 30 minutes of your day back, which I know everybody's excited to get. But again, we're just very excited that you joined us today. And special thank you to Tammy Wright Warren, who sits on our board and just does so much for us daily, frankly. And we really appreciate that. And thanks to you for your continued investment in the chamber. Call us, email us. We look forward to seeing you, hopefully in person in the future, and just wish everyone a great afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you.